Hi guys, back with another video. Let me get my chat up for YouTube. I'll have to do this periodically. Every time I change screens, it takes my chat away. So I want to make sure I see everybody's comments on both Facebook and YouTube. If you have any questions while I'm making the card or any questions about any of the products I talk about, just comment either here on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll try to answer them during the video. If I'm busy and I don't see it because I've got two screens to be watching, I'll come back and answer the questions as soon as the video's over. Okay, well, this one is going to be a fun video. This is using one of my favorite suites. My absolute favorite one is going to be the last video I do tomorrow, because that's going to be coming in the mail tomorrow. I placed my order this morning, and I splurged and got next day air, so it's going to be here tomorrow. So if the UPS guy's on time, last time I tried to do an unboxing video, he was super late, and I didn't get to do my video on time. I'm planning on doing my unboxing at 12:30 tomorrow. Eastern time, so hopefully that'll work out. But I'll be hopefully making two brand new cards tomorrow and share those in my last two lives. Well, this one's going to be the hand pen suite, so let me go ahead and switch cameras here. This is the whole suite in the catalog. It's on page 104 to 105. This is my current online class right now. If you purchase the hand penned suite from me using a host code, which I cannot remember off the top of my head, what you need to do is click on my online store link below in the video description. And I've actually got a link to the online page. I'm sorry, online class page. And that'll have all the information there. But you can get this free when you use my host code and purchase this suite. There's also a fee if you only want to get the supplies in the video. And there's also another one to just get the videos. So I love the suite. I'm like, okay, this has got to be the first class. And you're going to love this paper. Let me show it to you. This is what I think makes the suite. First off, let's show you the bundle. This is actually the star of the show, the hand-penned petals. You can purchase these separately, but if you purchase them together, you save 10%. So this is always the better deal to do that. Then we've also got these really pretty, they're called genial gems. And well, you can see it a little bit. These are the pale papaya color, two different sizes. And this is mint macaron with two different sizes. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's glitter inside them. They are so pretty. And then there's the designer series paper. Now, if you only want the bundle, this is $46.75. If you just want the gems, they're $8. And if you just want the DSP, I'm going to show you here in a minute, it's $11.50. But if you use that easy button, if you want all three of them, use that easy button, and you'll get the whole suite for just $66.25. So let's hurry up and get these out of the way. Oh, let's get the dies out we need first. I tend to forget that anymore. We're going to need this die here, and I can't wait to use this die. I think that is going to be so pretty. That's going to be used in one of the cards for the online class for sure. But for this card, we're going to need this one and the scallop border. I just had to use that scallop border. So those are the only dies I'm going to be using with the die set. And now let's bring in this beautiful designer series paper I was telling you about. I've been bragging about this paper, and isn't it gorgeous? The colors are showing up real well. This is a really pretty blushing bride is what the pinks are. It's a little hard to see that with the way this lighting is. Hopefully, yeah, you can see it better in real person. I tried to change the colors, but I think I'd make it even worse. So we've got this one, but isn't that gorgeous? You get the idea. It is so pretty. And then this one here, it's got some scallops to it there. You can see those better that way. Then we've also got this beauty. So I like how they're totally different color. I mean, there's some of the colors match up. Some of them are totally different. This one does mainly the pale papaya. This one has the blushing bride. I just think it's so pretty. So we've got this one here. And then when you turn it over, oh, my chat I forgot went away on YouTube. Let me bring that up again in case somebody's watching. And there is. Oh, hi, is it Sylvie? I think that's how you say it, from France. I'm glad you're here. Always like to get people from other countries. That is so cool. Okay, so we've got this paper here. And then this one. This is a mint macaron color. It really isn't showing up very well on the video. I've got to work on that. Hopefully I can get those colors to work better. I think it's my phone. I'm planning on getting a new phone here pretty soon, so hopefully that'll help. This is really pretty. You can't see the blushing bride in it again for some reason, but there we go. And it could just be my screen. Maybe you're seeing it just fine. Hopefully you are. Then we've got this pretty one. See, aren't they? They're just so pretty. To me, you could just make a card with the DSP and put a greeting on it, and maybe some ribbon, and you're done. It is so pretty. This one here, and I think this is the last one. Yes, this one right here. And this is one I used, and I used both sides to it on a card that I made. Oh, I covered it up here. This is one that I did in a video a week or two ago, and I think I've got a link to that in the video description. If I don't, I'll add it as soon as the video's over. But isn't that cool? And that's, to me, I say it's pretty. Yes, I made it. But I think what makes it so pretty is this designer series paper, the stamps images, the greeting. I just really like it. And then I did a little something on the inside. So if you'd like to learn how to make this card, just click on that video link below in the video description. Okay, let's go ahead and start making this card that I've got for you today. Sorry, got a little bit of a frog in my throat. It's raining today, and I think it's messing up. Whenever the weather changes, I seem to get allergies. Okay, we're going to grab a piece of mint macaron. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece, and you fold this in half, and just make sure you get those corners lined up. That's how you make sure you get it folded right in half. Grab my bone folder. And that's all ready to go. And then we're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and do some stamping and then die cutting. I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. This is 3 by 3 3/4. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, so I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat and a little piece of grid paper. And if you're wondering where I get this little grid paper, this is the grid paper that's made for the Stamparatus. So just find the page about the Stamparatus and you'll see this grid paper. Okay, we will grab this beautiful floral image right here. So with my other card, I used the other floral image. So this one I want to make sure I use the second large one that's in there. I'm going to take my Tuxedo Black Memento pad, get this inked up. When I use my Memento pad, especially with photopolymer, I think it does better if I twist a little bit as I'm pressing it, especially on outline. I think it just covers things a lot better. Stamp this near the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to die cut it here in a few minutes. Now I could easily color this in with blends or watercolor pencils, blending brushes, just a bunch of different things you can do. But I'm going to use the stamps in the set to color these in. So I'm going to start with Blushing Bride and use the large image. And I'm going to stamp it now. When you stamp these, you see this little hole here in the center? I kind of make sure that is within the flower center and that the petals are close to being in the right spot. Because what happens, this does not line up perfectly and it's not supposed to. So you see how there's some white showing down here, right here, and get a little closer. That's the way it's supposed to be. So I just make sure that the center is pretty open and then get them lined up as good as I can, because you're not going to get them perfect, and that actually is the look you're going for, and I think it looks really cool. Okay, we'll grab the Daffodil Delight now. And I'm going to grab this one. This one lines up pretty good with this one. Like I said, get the center close to the center. I just think this look is so pretty. Okay, now let's grab Highland Heather, and we'll get that other single flower here. Can't remember if I said the color. This one's Highland Heather. And this one doesn't line up quite as good, I don't think, but it still looks really good once you get it. That looks pretty good. You're just going to color it in mainly. You want it to get that, have that watercolor effect, like a whimsical watercolor effect. I remember being at a convention years ago. This is back when I first started. I've been doing this 18 years, so that was quite a while back. The watercolor effect, when you're watercoloring, you actually want to leave white space in your images when you color. So this works out perfect. Now this is a Misty Moonlight. This is an in color that came out last year, so we still have another year with it. Oops, we want that big flower on top. And I just love this blue. It is so pretty. Oops, there we go. So now we've got all the flowers colored in, nice and quick. I don't have to worry about getting that watercolor effect because I'm automatically getting it with those stamps. Isn't that neat? And I love how there's detail in it to where some of it's lighter than other parts. That is so cool. Okay, I'm going to grab both of the leaf stamps that are in the set and Mint Macaron. Now, these here go with the smaller leaf. And once again, some of them it fits perfectly, some of it it's close. Let's do all of these in that beautiful mint macaron color. And all the colors I'm choosing are the ones that are in the designer series paper. So if you ever struggle with color combos, just look at the designer series paper to get some inspiration. I think we want to go this way, yes. So this is the larger leaf. There we go. Isn't that cool? I really, really, really like that. So that is already colored in. I just had to stamp it. And you saw how easy it was to line everything up. It didn't take me long at all. Okay, so I'll put that to the side. And I think, oh, let's go ahead and get all the stamping done. Oops, I lost my little white piece. Let me grab that quick. Thankfully, it just fell on the floor. Okay, this is, you can just use this. Well, actually, you do want to use this. I was going to say a scrap, but you do want it to be a 2x1. I'm going to use that greeting thanks again. I ended up using that in my first card. It just worked out perfect for the card layout I was using. I'm going to stamp this over to the right side. I'm not doing it right in the center because I'm going to do a little cut thing over here on this side. So I'm going to put this in here because I'm not going to die cut that. Go ahead and put that there like my little dishes so I don't lose things. And I think we are ready. Well, nope, I said I want to get all the stamping done. We're going to stamp the inside. So I'm going to grab a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of the basic white. And I want to use all the flowers, at least on my 2 cards. So this one is another one I hadn't used yet. I'm going to use my Memento ink pad again. And I'm just going to stamp this right along the bottom. Do some down a little bit, up a little bit. Just keep going up and down till it's all the way across. Then we're going to grab, I think we're done with the Mementos, so close that one up. I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight again. And this stamp right here, there we go, you think you see that better that way. Now I'm going to put this right on top. It's not going to match up perfectly. Like I said, none of these are supposed to. I kind of look at the 2 end ones and get that lined up with these 2 end things, and that helps get it on there looking pretty good. And then one last one here. And now we've got a neat little border for the inside of our card. So I know me, I'm going to get this attached to the inside of my card right now before I lose it. Have you ever done that? You get to working and you cover it up and you can't find it anywhere. I spend more time finding things sometimes, and it makes things take so much longer. So hopefully I won't lose the card base. Oh, hi, Lisa from Wisconsin. Glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to put this on the inside. So we've got the inside all done. Now, because these dies are small enough, I'm going to use my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I like being able to do this in videos because I'm used to die cutting when the die cutting is this way. When I have my big one out, I have to do it this way, and I have such a hard time. I don't know why. It's just so much easier to do it the way you're used to. So now we've got the mini one, and that's going to fit in the screen just fine. I'm going to grab, here, let's get the sandwich for this. If you ever get this, I think this is $60, and you get all the plates you need. Now, this is actually isn't all the plates. I didn't bring the other one. There are 2 others for the embossing folders. So you get all of them that come with this, so you don't have to get those separate. You can buy them separately, but you don't have to because they come with the machine. The thing you will have to replace are these every once in a while. So I've got the platform number 1 for die cutting, then a standard cutting plate. Now I'm going to bring this image in. Let me bring this up just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. We're going to grab this and just make sure you get the outline within the opening of the die. It is so easy to get this lined up now. I love our dies. Our old ones from a few years ago, there was always a white border and it was hard to get it all centered just right. Now we just have to get the image in that opening. And then we get that nice little white border because the blade is recessed. So isn't that pretty? Got that die cut real quick. And we've got one more thing to die cut. Get off of there, it's getting stuck. There we go. Grab a piece of Blushing Bride. This is a 4 by 3 1/4 inch piece. Let me get this back up in the screen again. It's so easy to get out of the screen. And I'm going to put this on my paper. and have it straight. I'm really paying attention to this edge right here. Let me get that up and hopefully you're seeing it. There we go. Even though this is hanging off, it's okay. This is all we're cutting. We want to make sure the cardstock is on there though. And I'll put this on. I'm always, when I put these in, I have this, the part that's going in first to be facing down, and this one facing, this is the one that's going to go in last. I always put it in like this, and then slowly bring it down. Now that moved on me. That's one thing I have trouble with the border dies. But the one nice thing, it's longer, so I can just hold on to it and move it around. There, now it's all straight again. We're going to run that through. I could have used washi tape too, because that always works. You don't want to use Scotch tape because that would tear up your cardstock. And once again, I get to have stitching. I love stitching. So there's the stitching above the scallop. So we've got all our die cuts done, and we will get this machine out of the way. This one's a lot easier to get out of the way because it's so little and light. Gotta love that. Okay, now we're going to grab a piece of Whisper White again. This is another 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. And then I've got the beautiful Designer Series paper here. Now I want this scallop to go along the top of this. So I want to make sure my flowers are going the right way. You don't want them upside down. And I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive. Let me grab my silicone mat. That way I don't get adhesive on my workspace. And since I'm not positive where this is going to go, I don't want adhesive to be sticking outside of this. So what I find, here's my top right here. Turn this over. I've still got my finger there so I know where the top is. And I'm going to put some adhesive all the way across here. Okay. Then I can lay this down, line it up right underneath that stitching. I think that's just easier. If I were to put it along the bottom here, I might have gotten adhesive too close to that stitched edge and had sticky stuff on the outside here. So that helps a lot having that. So we'll go ahead and attach this. I'm going to make sure I put some here on the border, on the corners. You always want to make sure that you definitely have adhesive on those corners because you don't want those curling up on you. That should be enough adhesive. I might put a little one on this long piece in the center. And this is going to be lined up right here on the bottom. Like so. I'm at an angle, so hopefully I'm getting this on. There we go. And now I'll go ahead and put this on the card base. So bring this back in. Well, I do have a piece of sticky on my finger. It keeps getting on there. There we go. Get this wheeled up. Whenever you use the seal and it doesn't go, just wheel it up a little bit till the adhesive's right there at the end. And then it does just fine. Looks like I still have some of that gilded leafing from my last video stuck on there. Okay, we're going to put this right here in the center, like so. Isn't that pretty? I mean, I could just put a little greeting on there, we'd be done. That is such a, oh, that paper is gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to grab a piece of mint macaron that's 2.5 by 3 1/4, and a basic white piece that's 2 1/4 by 3. I don't know why I just turned that over. We're not stamping on it. It's out of habit. Get some adhesive on here. Oh, Lisa, isn't it? I love the DSP. It's gorgeous. We have so many good DSP packs this year. I love it. Okay, so this is just a background. Originally, I had thought about putting the flowers on here, and I thought, even though I love that paper, that kind of made it so where you didn't see the flowers too well. So I wanted to have a little back here. So let's go ahead and first put some adhesive on here. Okay. And then I'm going to put it on this piece here, and I want it kind of angled like this. I think in the image it kind of shows it like this on the stamp set, but you can move it any way you want to, and I kind of liked it this way. And I'm fine with the leaves and the flowers hanging off just a little bit. I actually like that look. But now that I'm going to put this on here, you can see the flowers a lot better, and the DSP doesn't distract from them. And then I'm going to turn this over and put this on with dimensionals. So put one in each corner, like so. And let's go ahead and put one in the middle, since that's kind of a long piece. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I'm going to remove the paper backing. When I do this, I'm scooping it up. Oops, I didn't get that one scooped up very well. I think that helps me so I don't have little pieces all over my house. I'm going to put this over here to the right side of the card. I'm still going to make it so I have some scallop and the DSP showing over here. Okay, now we're going to get this thanks. And I didn't want it to just be a rectangle, so I'm going to grab my scissors. And I wanted the top to be a little longer than the bottom, so I'm going to do this at an angle. There we go. So now we've got a little bit of a accent to that piece. It's not just a plain old rectangle. Now, I want this to be on here, but this side I'm not going to put a dimensional on it because if I do, it's going to be raised up. I want it to be even with this. So I'm just going to put a little seal on the straight edge, like so. As I'm doing it, I just remembered I'm part of a tutorial co-op, and those of you that are going to get my newsletters, get some of those tutorials for free. And then I'm also going to start sharing some other tutorials from this co-op on my VIP Stampers group on Facebook. Now, this Stampers group that I'm telling you about is only for USA customers. One of these days, I might start a group for everybody. My business page I've got for everybody. But this VIP Stampers group is just for my USA customers, no demos. And I also do some exclusive tutorials there, share those from this co-op. Well, this was my card from that co-op. That's why I brought that up. So I have a written tutorial for this, and I'll share that in my newsletter. And also on that VIP Stampers group I told you about. Okay, so now we've got the adhesive on here. And this is the only one where I shared that's on both my newsletter and the group. Normally, the other ones, I'll do one group on the newsletter and the other group on my VIP groupers, Stampers group. So that way, it's exclusive to both sets of people. Anybody can sign up for my newsletter, and I'll put a link to that below in my video description. I forgot to do that in case you do want to get on my email. Okay, now I've almost used everything. This card looks fine, looks pretty just like this, but there's one more thing we need to use from that suite, and I want to use everything from the suite. So let's grab those genial gems, and I have found out how easy it is to use the Take Your Pick tool with the putty side. Just have a little bit of putty. And I'm going to use the Mint Macaron ones here. Just slide that off. It makes it stick to there if you slide it, and you also get that glue dot automatically. Sometimes when you pick it up with your fingers, you don't get that glue dot. Well, it works so much better if you just kind of scoot it. So I put a big one up here. I'm going to grab one of these little ones. See how easy that came up? Sometimes you get some that don't come up that easy, but these have been coming up real easy. Got those, and then I'm going to do another little one. And I want to put it right here, because that thanks needed a little something. So you've got to have some bling on your card. So I hope you like this one. Let me grab that other card I made in my other video. So these are the two that are for the hand-pinned suite. I hope you enjoyed this card. And I'll be posting this on my blog too, and I'll put all the dimensions and everything on my blog, probably in the next few days. I'm planning on featuring each video every day, so it may take a few days for it to pop up. But that way you can find those dimensions. And don't forget about my online class. And I do have a list here. Oh, I've got a promotion I forgot. I want to tell you about that real quick. Those of you that didn't see my first video, I'm doing a promo for the new catalog. If you place a qualifying order between May 4th and May 6th, so you've only got till Thursday. I think that's Thursday, yeah. Using host code TSKZFGVY, you get... and place a $50 order using that host code. I'll send you 18 pieces that are 4 inches by 6 inches of the new DSP. You won't get all of the DSP, you'll just get some of them. But you'll get a nice sampling, so you get to see how beautiful the paper is in person. Because sometimes the catalog just doesn't give it justice, doesn't do it justice. If you place a $75 order using that host code between now and May 6th, you'll get the DSP, and you can choose an embellishment up to $7 for free. And these two items I will ship separately from your order because they're from me, not from Stampin' Up. Now, if you place a $150 order, do not use that host code. Now, this is before shipping and tax. I will still give you my freebies, but you'll also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. And right now, there is a promotion going on. If you do a $250 order, you still don't use the host code. You'll still get my freebies. You'll get the Stampin' Rewards, and Stampin' Up is going to give you an extra $25 in rewards. It's such a good deal. Let me show you that screen real quick. So this one, I couldn't remember the dates. May 4th to June 14th. So you've got a little over a month. You place a $250 order or have a workshop. And I will put a link to that below in my video description so you can find out the different ways that I do parties. If you want to do a party, you'll need to do it before the June 14th. And just click that contact me link, and I'll get right back with you. But you can also do a personal order for $250 and get to add $25 more to your Stampin' Rewards. Pretty good deal. Okay, I think that's, oh, didn't mean to click on that, but if you want to join my team, from now until May 31st, for only $99, you get up to $155 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. Great deal. Normally, it's already a good deal at $125 worth for $99, but now you're going to get $30 more free with your starter kit, and you'll always get a discount as long as you're a demonstrator. On everything you buy, you get to get things early. It's just a really, really good deal. And if you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below in the video description too about so you can find out all the benefits of becoming a demonstrator. Now, what did I mean to click? Oh, this is what I meant to click, my online classes. There are too many screens on here. My online class schedule, like I said, it's hand-penned, is from May 4th to May 18th. So that's when you need to get that ordered before then. And then the next one will be the Expressions in Ink Suite, then the Pansy Petals, and then the Your Peach online class. I want to give you those ahead of time so that way you can figure out how you want to place your orders, because I might change things up on some of the classes. My current one, the hand-penned, if you buy the whole suite using the host code that's on my online class page, then you'll get the class for free. And then there are also two other options that are fee-based. And then we've got another live. Oops, I didn't switch. I didn't switch my picture. I thought I did that. It's not at noon. It's at 2 p.m. And it's not going to be the hand-penned suite. It's going to be the color and contour bundle. I thought, sure, I changed that. But so don't look at that. Let me switch to my screen. So come back at 2 p.m., not at noon, at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll be showing you the color and contour bundle, making a card for that. And I'm also going to show you all of the new in color products that I have. And the card, I'm actually going to show you what it looks like in each of the in colors, so you can see all the different varieties, just how much different one color can make on a card. So I'll see you again at 2 p.m. Eastern time. See you later. Bye.